And in the back of your head, I'm sure you hearing your father yelling in your ear. Do not know.
Shorty just needed a little straightening. I don't know. In the video, in the video, in the video, when that's it. Shut up. She still buy J. Cole CDs. That's how you know that she loves J. Cole. Very few women on that thing. It's just because I've had a lot of bad experiences. So it's just like when women say men are trash.
Alright, so hold on, y'all ain't let me get my old Joan off with the guest. Cause this podcast is different now. We not the same podcast back that came to you back in October. So we got Maya and Tati on the podcast, man. Shout out to them.
Is that rain? Is it raining? That's a thunderstorm.
I played the wrong one.
Let's just start raining and shit.
I'm sad. I don't even want them here.
Wait, was that boo?
Huh?
Did you boo him?
No, it's supposed to be. It's the wrong. I got like 3 applauses. I played the wrong one.
Okay. I thought you played like a boo.
That was like
You
a
said,
big
"I ain't want
stadium.
him."
That's how much we want them here.
Oh, yeah, nice.
First off, I want to say, since this is graduating season, shout out to all the graduates, man. We happy for y'all. College, even high school. You did it.
That.
That's all that matters in that. You did your thing. It went out there and shined.
Yeah.
But what I really, really want to talk about first, to start off this,
What is that, player
this
boy?
beautiful Saturday, is a lot of music drop. And, you know, the hardest thing to drop, I think we all know what that is.
Jay Kizzy.
Nicki Minaj dropped Seeing Green. She dropped Chirac. Well, she didn't really drop Chirac.
Chirac been out.
Chirac with the G Herbo. And then...
They don't know.
Girl, be quiet because I cleared it up. But anyways, there's new Nicki out, ladies. So that's really important. J. Cole did what he did. It was cute. It was whatever. But Nicki dropped music. All right? And that's when you need to listen. Fractions.
You bugging out.
Seeing Green.
She bugging out. She bugging out. Hold on. She bugging out. She said J. Cole did something cute.
Yeah.
Did we hear what J. Cole did?
Something cute. Like
He
that.
took a Dipset beat,
Killer.
put it with some 2006, 2005 crunk, like Lil Jon type era back then,
Killer.
and went crazy and floated on that jump.
Killer.
Tell me, all right, hold on. Since you playing, I really want to know. Because look, J. Cole, listen, Cole World. If you ever listen to this, if you ever tune in to the discussion, I want you to know, she used to be a fan.
I am a fan.
She's a cap star. She just said you did okay.
And she was a super fan by that. She had.
I took her.
First of all, she had. She used to.
First
she
year we
still
was
buy-
dating. This how
She still buy J. Cole CDs. That's how you know that she loves J. Cole so much.
she bought JT. I'm with JT. JT.
See, he just run his mouth. This is proof of him just running his mouth.
I'm too there. I gotta tell.
Reel it in.
We gotta tone it down a little bit. Let me relax. So, first year we was dating, I bought her J. Cole tickets. That's how much of a fan she was. But now all of a sudden we grow, we get older.
Can I explain why I already said
That you a fake fan?
No, I think J. Cole is an amazing rapper, one of the best, all right? And I can admit that. I just don't resonate with his music anymore. 17-year-old Maya liked J. Cole a lot because he still rapped about, like, you know...
Negroes, put the guns down.
Yeah, he was very much pro-black music, basically, and that's really what I was on. I'm always on that. So, like, now that he's kind of drifted away from that, it's just less of what I want to hear. I feel like he makes music for young black men that are, like, hungry for success, you know, to get to where he wants to be. And I want to listen to bad bitch music, like, and that's what Nicki Minaj makes. So, stream.
So you saying now, before you was trying to go out there and protest, now you trying to shake your cheeks?
No, I want to shake my cheeks and still protest. And J. Cole's not giving me either one of those, so...
So if J. Cole gave you some shake your cheeks, if J. Cole gave you some shake your cheeks music, you be back on it?
Yeah.
If he was like, go to the protest and shake your ass.
Then I'll be
Protest
out
on
there.
that joint, shake your ass.
Listen, my last...
Cold world.
The last J. Cole song, that I really fucked with was High for Hours. and that was from like.
What
That's
was
'cause he
that? High for
politicking on
Hours.
that joint.
Exactly, and that's why I was really like, go stream High for Hours. It's a great song if you haven't heard it by J. Cole. 10 out of 10. But that was the last J. Cole song I was really like.
Okay, so you just
This bars.
I liked J. Cole's album a lot, actually.
It was fire, bro. He wasn't playing with him.
He wasn't.
Oh,
And
I
on the
gotta-
and on the joint, he keeps saying, "I don't know why they playing with me, son. Niggas need to stop playing with me."
And this is not no slight to J. Cole.
He said, "Maya, stop playing with me right now."
Kendrick, where you at, man?
Oh,
Cause
Drizzy, where you at, man?
Huh? He coming.
hold on. All right.
just
Speaking of
dropped
Drake, who had the best verse on that?
Can I speak?
Now I got it. Who had the best verse to you?
Hot take.
Wait, real quick. Before y'all give your takes, let me go around real quick. Everybody here. Who had the best verse?
He was about to give a thing.
I'm gonna say Louise, maybe.
Who had the best verse?
Oh, yeah, take.
On what?
The
Seeing
the-
Green.
The one I just played with Lil Wayne, Nicki, and Drake.
Nikki.
Yeah.
I've always been a Nicki fan.
Yeah, and
Since,
she's
like,
got ears.
since,
Yeah.
like-
I'm not saying she
Long
trash.
Let me speak. So me personally,
Wait. We going around. How you going?
And we going around?
Who had the best verse?
I was about to say,
All right, go.
what girl? Okay,
Go.
my favorite verse. I think the person that did the best, honestly, not being a barb, was Drake. But Nikki also agrees that they kind of washed her. She just tweeted it. So she was a little rusty. She's coming back. She's got to warm up. But
At least wait a minute.
once she's warm,
Thank you. I
once
appreciate
she's
that, by the
warm-
way.
Once she's warm, if they want to do something else,
Her
they're
verse
gonna
on
get
trash though.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like her being rusty, and she was still just slightly below. So don't let the bitch get warm. All right, that's all I gotta say.
Hot
It's
take.
Drake.
I don't really like the song that much.
Oh wow.
You know,
No, and it sounds like Drake obviously wasn't in the studio with them.
bro. I could tell that joint.
That Drake audio, I was like, what the fuck is this?
I was like, is nobody gonna say anything about
First
how
of
Drake
all,
sounded?
the beat, I'm like, okay, the beat is really noisy.
Remember he was
I'm like, yo, this beat is way too noisy. Meek Mill need to yell on this. So
summertimes in Philly, we was in the north.
yeah, I just told my mama that crack and I didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like
My young bull gonna do it for a bean.
Papa Willie's trying to take me to the jail.
You
You
sound
know what I'm
his
saying?
cousin
Like,
more than me.
nigga, so like, that sound like O'Malley.
You know what? We have disrespect O'Malley too many times on this podcast. He gonna press us eventually.
Nah, I don't care about O'Malley.
Oh!
Cause when I spied him, I'ma drop him.
Yeah, I mean,
Red
bottom
bottom.
got him. Red bottom.
Nah, so like, yeah, Drake's verse sound like that shit was recorded on the motherfucking voice memos on the motherfucking iPhone.
He did the little voice message over the joint.
No cap. I'm like, well, yeah. I was wondering like how their vocals were gonna sound on that noisy ass beat. Nicki's vocals sounded straight.
Wayne sounded good.
Yeah, Wayne sounded good too. So I'm like, I know somebody's vocals on this is gonna be fucked up because like this shit is just coming out. I feel like they're not all like they weren't all just recently in the studio together. Like they're all working on their own shit type shit. So, and of course that's when Drake, my favorite artist, it got to be that nigga. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. After that, I really wasn't even interested in like really listening to the song no more. But like, yeah, I didn't really like Drake's part. I didn't really like Nicki's part. I didn't like Nicki's flow on it. I feel like Nicki could have really went crazy, went dummy on that. Like, Nicki goes dummy. Like, and I've always liked Nicki's flows because she always has different flows and she be spazzing.
Mid-verse.
The flows, the voice, I love all that shit. Like, and on that, I felt like she could have went. Like when I heard that they were using that beat, I was like, how is Nicki gonna rap? How is Drake gonna rap? How is Weezy gonna rap? And I was expecting more out of Nicki. I can't lie.
Well, she
and then
said on a live that she was coming out of a writer's block and that Drake sending Seeing Green helped her get out of said writer's block. So like this is the first song that she used to get out of her writer's block. So
okay,
again, she's
I can
still
respect it
warming
then. I can
up.
respect it. I can respect
She
it.
also just tweeted that she was not able to like finish her album or even work on it that much because Papa Bear didn't like listening to rap music while she was pregnant. Like he would start kicking and going crazy in her belly, so she couldn't really rap.
This is gonna be her second album, isn't it? I want to say. Nicki? Is she dropping an album? Supposedly, that's what the rumors are saying.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, okay. So this is gonna be her second one, right? I think so.
I think.
I think it's her second album.
Child.
I don't know, but I forgot why. Like I was wondering like why is she in the writer's block? Is it because like where she's been at? But I forgot everything that happened to her.
Yeah, she just
Like,
lost her dad.
yeah, the story on how her dad died is crazy though. That joint was crazy. Another old man hit her dad in the car and left. You know who else dad passed as a musician? Like, the story's crazy. Sway Lee's dad. You heard that story? Oh. His brother with mental issues.
Yeah.
Killed his dad because he wasn't on his medication.
Yeah. That shit is really sad.
He thought his dad was trying to kill him. So, like, I'm like, praise to Sway Lee. But if you're in that situation, how do you, like, you know what I'm saying, cope with that?
No, really? It's such a tragedy. It's so unfortunate. It's like the most unfortunate it can get, honestly.
Yeah, man.
It's really crazy. And it's like, what can you do? Like, he didn't take his meds, so it's like that's not even him.
Yeah. It's not even him.
It's not even him who did that.
Yeah.
For real.
But all in all to say with this, a lot of music dropped. Nutty dropped on Tuesday. I'm excited.
Did you listen to that new single that, off his own album?
Yeah. Did you hear about jump? I sent you that. I said that.
Oh yeah.
Did you listen to the Migos jump?
The Migos jump? Yeah, that joint.
I like Quavo's verse.
So first off, I have a question about the Migos.
Okay.
Where are we at with Quavo? You know, that song is called Straightening, and when he did that to Sweetie, he said, Shorty just needed a little straightening. I don't know. In the video, when that's it, shut up. I'm trying to
I didn't think about that. That sounds so bad.
Right? I connected the dots early on. I'm like, okay, I don't know about this song, but first of all, Takeoff's part is he's spazzing. I'm liking Takeoff's part, but then it's like I don't know about Quavo now, because in the video, I just see Quavo like slinging her, but then like supposedly she swung at Quavo first, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know. I don't know I feel uncomfortable listening to Quavo now. I do feel uncomfortable listening.
Wait, why off the situation? Because he was trying. If you watch the jump, right, she swung at him because he had some in his hand. If you watch the video, he was never trying to like push her, but now he was like trying to grab his thing, and then you're turning your back on him. He was trying to grab. If you look at it, like real life, watch the video. She was like more so like hitting at him. He was never trying to hit at her. He took it too far when he had like pushed her down to get his thing, but it like. Okay, so what? That's where he stopped. He took it too far. Huh? He took it too far. Why did he throw her on the ground like that? I'm not saying he should have done it, but she was trying to take something from him, and he really wanted what he wanted. When he grabbed it, it was like, you know, when you with your sibling, right? No. I guess you was the little one that this happened to. But he swung on him, right? And like when we was off pod just now, Maya said that was domestic violence. There was not domestic violence there, because if you switch roles and say the video starts off with Quavo throwing a haymaker at Sweetie, and she weaves that jump, that video everybody be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that looks terrible.
Oh my god. But she swung at him and everybody's like, oh, Quavo's just I think they're both wrong. Like, I'm not gonna say I've never once said he wasn't wrong for that. Like, if it's me in that situation and Shorty try to rough me for my jump, I'm gonna get it back later. I'm not about to fight with you.
Is that what we know? What took place though? Is that what we know for a fact was taking place?
What took place? She had his thing. He was trying to get.
But how do we know that was his? Is my question.
It said Call of Duty on it.
Right, but that does what?
That's
hit. Call of Duty. This belongs to Quavo.
So Sweetie's playing Call of Duty.
She could have been. It could have been for someone. That is an assumption.
Don't he stream? And it was like a set box. It was
making an assumption.
No, it
really doesn't matter.
No, hold on. Let me make my point.
Unless you can make that.
That's a nigga. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Because she's like scrambling shit up. That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
That's just a possibility.
It's still an assumption to make that it's his.
But hold on. He streams. It's a box that's Call of Duty, and I think he said it was his PS5 in it. Like I'll look up an article right now. Okay. And like I remember I was watching this whole thing while I was getting reported. At the end of the day, they was both foul. But
I'm just saying.
What were you talking about?
I was just saying it feels. We were talking about Quavo's new song, Migos' new song.
That was.
But I was just saying that I feel kind of weird listening to Quavo now because.
Do you think he meant it like that though when he said that?
Yes, nigga.
All she needed was a little bit of straightening.
Yes. In that song, you hear the lyrics to that song. It says,
I listened to it one time.
Not straightening.
That hook go crazy though. That little hook go crazy. I like that.
I just felt weird listening to it because I knew what they're trying to do.
No, I thought it was for Justin LeBoy when they said they jumped him.
They jumped him?
Yeah.
It's a double meaning.
He never said that because like after the interview he did with Sweetie Jump, right? They said Justin LeBoy got jumped by the Migos because they didn't like how quick.
I didn't even know anything happened to him.
They said he was talking too crazy. That's what like people were saying that the Migos was tight about, and they jumped him. And then he never confirmed that it wasn't true. And he had a black eye and he went missing for a few days.
Oh yeah, that boy.
So then bro, after that, if you go back on Twitter, Quavo posted that snippet from that video. He said, ain't nothing get straightened but straightening. All he needs a little bit of straightening. And then that happened right after that got reported that he got jumped. So I was like, I took that as they straightened him out a little something
It's
like
a
that.
double. He doubled down on it.
I don't think he
And
meant about
Saweetie.
her. That's wild if he did.
Well, he said it about Saweetie first. So that's like obviously in his mind when he said straight, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, and that nigga Justin gonna get
I
some
guess.
straightening too because we jumped his ass, so they both need some straightening." So it's like it's an in general type song, but he's obviously sneak dissing two niggas,
Okay.
and I
Sweet.
think it's lame if he's talking about
Yeah,
Saweetie. Honestly,
I
that's
agree.
lame as shit.
I agree. All right. Well, speaking of music. Oh wait, go ahead.
I want to say something. Hey,
Go ahead.
I don't think. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I don't think Quavo should went that far and said that in the music, in the lyrics. I don't like. To me, it's like that's a sensitive subject, you know, with a lot of people who go through domestic violence and everything. For people who are in relationship with their partners that do abuse them, I don't think that was called for at all. I think that was kind of insensitive.
I agree.
In my opinion.
I agree. If the
That's
bar,
why I felt
if
like
the bar
that
about
song.
shorty, yeah.
If that's why I felt weird about that song, I was like, "Come on, bro."
Because what do you mean by straightening? What needs to be straightened?
What do you mean?
He
by
could have
that?
mean. Cause remember, he took the car back. He could have meant that.
Exactly.
He took some other stuff back, and he's saying he won in the end, and she told all the business. So maybe he mean that too. Maybe he don't mean the video when they flown to the ground.
And y'all niggas need to.
I don't know.
That's a reach, but the fact that Call of Duty was hold on, pause. That's a reach to her, but the fact that Call of Duty was Quavo's was the biggest reach to her. You now you see where her mind at.
No.
Let me ask y'all this to get off Quavo. Summer coming up. We finally about to be outside after a whole year being inside last summer. Who music y'all excited to hear drop?
Drake.
Cause Dirk and Baby supposed to drop an album together.
Drake.
Honestly,
For the summer though, summer vibes.
Drake.
yeah,
Okay,
Drake
okay,
does
okay,
make
okay.
really good summer music.
Okay.
I honestly think.
I'm not saying he did. I'm asking. Go.
Cardi.
Okay. Maya, bro. Bro, can I say something? Maya be hating on Cardi for no reason, bro.
I do not like Cardi B for a specific reason. It's got nothing to do with her music. It's got everything to do with her character as a woman who I do not know if she's a black woman or not, because it seems like she picks and chooses when she wants to be black. I feel like her saying that black women are like roaches, saying that we're nappy-headed, things of that nature, that doesn't sound like something a black woman would say. I don't know any black woman, unless they're like biracial or something, who don't want to claim their blackness, would say. So it's got nothing to do with her music and everything to do with the fact that I don't like that about her. I don't know if she's a black woman, and I don't like for her to
When she
pick and
said
choose
that-
when she wants to be. This was
I'm
like,
not
this was
saying
more
you
so
can't.
like, this was like before her like music career, more when she was just like an internet personality type of person. So it wasn't like, and then she was in an interview saying like, basically saying Latino people can say the N-word because like we've all struggled. So it was like, babes, what are you talking about? This is not giving anything. So I don't like Cardi because of that. Her music's okay,
She's a cap star.
but how am I a cap star?
Okay.
You was the one cranking up if it stuck, and I heard you playing it in the
Put it on-
shower.
put it on
Yeah,
God. Put it on
nice
God.
try. Anyway,
Thank
go ahead. Smalls
In
for
his
the-
eye.
When
Wait,
you
how
get
is it-
liars out here in 2021, you just gotta let them know that they're not putting it on everything they love. Don't cap them.
How do you act when Bodak Yellow comes on it?
She
in
was
the party?
spazzing. Put Bodak Yellow right now. Maya breaking it.
Listen,
That joint hypnotizes.
listen, Linda, listen.
That hypnotized y'all like Baby Shark, dude. Babies.
Listen, I said her music, meaning there's a lot of songs. I'm like, but Bodak Yellow is
Okay.
an exception.
Okay.
I'll give that.
I just
an
wanted to
exception
ask
because
that.
I do really like that song.
And you
It
like
does
other songs
make me
too.
want to fight. There are no other songs I really think that I can name. I listened to all of
She's a
Invasion of
cap star.
Privacy, and I did like. I think the song with Kaylani. I think she had a song with SZA that I also liked, but it was because of Kaylani and SZA, not much.
I'm sorry, I think Cardi, when she was first coming out, I feel like, can you hear me? Okay. I think she was like, I don't know, like, there's some situations I'm like, all right, Cardi, like, you ain't gotta say all that. But then because I know she is Dominican and she's Trinidadian. Her mom, yeah. And I feel like sometimes, like, it's kind of hard to sit here and, like, you know, like, some people, like, they grow from that, but it's like, you can't put that out on social media and expect it not to come back and, like, bite you. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta, like, especially if you want to become big and stuff, you gotta really watch what you post on social media. Like, who was, I don't know, JT, what JT said.
Yeah, with R. Kelly.
She said a lot of stuff. JT.
Yeah.
She was
and-
spazzing.
And it's like, I get that was back in like 20 whatever,
14,
like,
I think.
yeah, but it's like, again, like, if you know you want to become a celebrity and you want to have like a platform in this industry and stuff, you gotta like watch what you say, because again, like, people might, I don't know, something like, people are like very sensitive and everything, and it's like stuff can still trigger them, even though you're oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize, but it's like if you knew you had to apologize for it, you shouldn't have said it. That's what I feel like.
Yep.
You know that, it's gonna cause all this controversy and
You're trying to be
everything.
disrespectful and.
That's
Wait,
why I
so who
never
everybody
try to.
say?
That's why I don't be trying to say shit about famous people just in case I blow up one day. And they be like, "Oh, this nigga a bitch. He said my music's trash or some shit."
No, because
I low key, I low key say something, but then like I won't because of that. But if I do say something and it do work out, then they be like, "Oh, f them nothing but discussing dudes," and it's like, "I bet," you know.
see, a bitch like me, if I have something to say about a celebrity now, if I'm famous, I'm most likely still gonna feel the same way. So like, I don't give a fuck if I say I don't like Talib Kweli. I don't know how to say his last name. He's a bitch. I do not like him.
Talib
He's barely-
Kweli.
Whatever. He's barely famous, and I don't like him.
harass the pod.
Yeah, go ahead. I want him to say something.
Yeah, we about to get some
about me.
clout.
About to get some clout.
Fuck
Talib, you're a
Talib
bitch.
Kweli.
You should not have your platform, and that's that. And I would feel that same way if I get famous.
All right,
I
who
say
you
it to
want?
his face.
Who you want to drop music this summer? You didn't say it.
I said, okay, so like, obviously Nikki, obviously Ari, but she just released something in October, so I doubt she's gonna release anything in the summer. Beyonce, but if I had to pick, I would probably agree with Jamal because I feel like Drake does release good like summer vibes, summer bops. I want Controller. I want
Yeah.
yes, no guidance.
That was my shit.
Even though it
I
has
need some
Chris
joints
on
for the
it.
shorties in the club with me.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I think that Dirk and Baby Take Ball go crazy.
Birkin baby.
Them Dirk and Baby. I said Dirk and Baby. Listen,
I thought Gunna had a new project. Gunna drop some?
Oh, Gunna supposed to drop this summer too.
Oh, that's tough.
He supposed to drop this summer. I say Drake too, but I like Dirk and Baby like they give me like I'm outside vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm standing on it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like that's how I be feeling right here. But that's all the music. We gonna move on past music. Again, J. Cole had the hardest joint that dropped this weekend. Let's go ahead and admit it. Let's go as we wrap up this topic. J. Cole had the hardest shit. Nicki Minaj ain't dropped no album. We can't be like she had the hardest, bruh. She dropped music that's already out. You can't say a nigga that's dropped music.
Itty Bitty Piggy is harder than anything Jermaine Cole has ever
I agree.
released.
You agree?
I was
agree.
on the
I
plane with
agree.
Dwayne. You can call me Whitley. I go to Hillmaine. What? Okay.
Why do y'all hold on, Tatiana first. Go ahead. Why do you think that? Like, give me a reason.
It's not that I think I said I know.
With Nicki, her music, like that was like the first female rapper I've ever like listened to, and I ever like I have like pictures of me with the Barbie earrings, the Barbie. I was like for real. I feel like she's just so different. I feel like her music is like it's because like like if you listen to some people's music, it's kind of like the same, but it has their own. But hers is like different, and like you can't get like I can literally sit there and listen to her music all day. Like I love Nicki. I love Cardi too, but I love Nicki. But like she's just different. Yeah. Another thing about Nicki, I feel like why a lot of people hate Nicki Minaj is because of her husband. Like, I guess he was like a sex offender or something.
Something like that.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm saying like, but she explained that he was like, I think he was like 16 or something. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? I feel like it wasn't like what people made.
She
it
was
seem
60?
Like 16.
I was like, dang, he wildin'.
But
He
no,
was
I
going
feel
for the
like-
elderly.
I feel like a lot of people take what they hear and run with it.
Right.
Like to me it's like I don't know. Like I feel like anything Nicki Minaj could breathe the wrong way, and they're like, oh my god, Nicki Minaj is not. But I feel like she's a Sagittarius. Like
Exactly.
it's just I don't know. Like Sagittarius, like they're real. Like they don't really like. I don't know. Like you know what I'm getting at. Like
I
yeah.
exactly.
Like I'm so big on astrology and everything, like zodiac signs and everything. Like it's like she's just real.
She's blunt. She's straightforward.
Yeah, like she never like changed her ways when she got to Hollywood and stuff. Like she never like she's still the same person. Like her and Cardi are the same. Like her and no, but really, but no. If you really look at it and stuff, like if you look at Cardi B, she's the same. She's ratchet. That's what I like about her because she's still like real.
Yeah.
She's
That's
not like
true.
some people get to
Very
Hollywood and they
ratchet.
change like. They just like act like they just never came. They forgot where they came from and everything. I don't like that. Like, if you come from
Who would be somebody like that? Was that Kanye?
A nigga like Lil Pump.
yeah,
Where did he come from now?
he's weird.
I mean, like,
The sewer.
yeah, crazy. Them
Little
niggas.
sewer.
He was like the background nigga for Smoke Perp at first.
Okay. Oh,
word?
Smoke Perp pop first. He came up. Smoke Perp popped first. He came up first, and then he was in Smoke Perp's video, like going dummy and shit. And then like he had songs, and Smoke Perp will be in his video. And then so since Smoke Perp took off, he really brought like Pump with him, and then Pump really just surpassed him after that. But one thing to go back to Nicki Minaj, how Tati was saying that people would be hating on her. I remember back in the day when we were like in like Mayfield or some like 5th or 6th grade or some shit. Where they said Nicki Minaj had that shit in her mouth that makes her breath stink all the time. What is that shit called? It's like a certain like disease that make your breath stink. It's like halitosis. Yeah, and I was like, damn. I would just be thinking like, damn, her breath be stinking like, the whole time. Like she on the mic and you know somebody gotta use that shit after her. That shit just stinks. Speaking of
like 5th or 6th grade, that's back when I used to crank her shit, right? But now I remember we got to middle school, got the Mets, right? I remember the first day of school, this little Spanish boy, the teacher was asking everybody who y'all be listening to. I wasn't going to say Nicki Minaj, but he was bold enough to even say that around a group of niggas. He was like, this ain't real listen. He was like, oh, I like Nicki Minaj. All the niggas that go, Nicki Minaj, nigga, you gay as hell. That nigga got quiet for the rest of the day. But, I mean, look, Nicki Minaj, she cool. Her album gonna be out. You know.
Nah,
I feel like we've talked about this woman for too much now. We have talked this.
When I first really started to like Nicki Minaj is when I heard, I think, Bees in the Trap.
I hate this song.
And then did it to him. Shit it on him. Those was I did it on him. I used to listen to that drum before basketball practice. Not in high school, but like we played in the church league.
Nah, in high school.
It was in the church league.
That shit used to get you hyped.
It was the church league. And
you be in the book.
And then like when I be in the game, Cass did it on him, shit it on him. It's simple. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's wrap up Nicki because we gave Nicki so much time. No, all right.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj.
Is you her management team? Like that's the thing.
Nicki Minaj.
I ain't saying nothing else. All right, whatever, man. Listen, y'all was bugging out. This what? Tuesday, Wednesday. Y'all was freaking out, acting like we would never be able to put gas in our car ever again.
Y'all some fucking dummies.
Y'all thought this was the end times. Y'all thought this was the apocalypse. Y'all thought gas would never exist. What was wrong with y'all? I saw people putting plastic bags full of gas.
Somebody's car blew up because they lit a cigarette in their car, you dumbass.
I saw that. I don't understand. Like, they hear one thing and they be on go.
Toilet paper and
Toilet
shit.
paper. What's next? Like, bro, it's like nobody said that gas is going to be gone forever. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
No. You shake.
No, like I feel like this happened like last Saturday. So the government put it out like Tuesday, and I feel like if the government never said anything about it, they wouldn't have gone ape shit. Like I'm sorry, but there's no reason why you need to fill up 6 or 7 tanks of gas. Like I'm sorry, but like. It's to me, it's like selfish. It shows you how selfish America is. Like their common sense is not common at all. Like I'm sorry. Like
what do people say? America first, so Americans probably see me first. You know.
100%. There's no sense of community here.
I got asked though, like, do y'all think the government should have said anything?
No.
Because if the government's quiet, everything would have been normal. Nobody knew anything.
Exactly. The government like said something, they freak out, and literally the next day the pipeline got restored and gas.
That's what I'm saying.
So
and what did
like,
CNN say? CNN said nothing would have happened if everybody didn't freak out. So I'm like, yes, I'm saying.
Well, I feel like just to play devil's advocate, Jamal, I'm gonna play.
Okay. I want to play devil's advocate with Nasir too, but you go first.
I'm playing devil's advocate first. So I think it's kind of important. It was a little important to tell people just because maybe they didn't know how quickly it could have been fixed.
I agree with you.
And in the event that it did take a long time, people were like, what's going on with the gas? So I ain't getting no gas. Then it's like, okay, well, they should have told us. Because then if it did happen like that, we would have been blaming them for not saying anything. So it's like.
I'm agreeing with you. I was agreeing with you the whole time because I was just about to say that shit.
Period.
But.
Because but then at the same time, I feel like back to reality, Americans are dumb as hell and they don't genuinely care about one another. They literally caused the shortage.
What this whole joint was cap just to watch everybody scramble again.
Right, because they literally caused the shortage. Like if we all would have just relaxed and calmed down.
That's what I'm saying. Do your daily routine shit. Everybody going to the gas station at one time. The gas is just that's gonna happen on a regular day.
Exactly.
Because I work at a gas station type shit. So like the gas nigga will come in the big ass truck and fill up the gas weekly. He does that on a regular basis anyways. So when you got 15,000 niggas coming to the fucking gas station at one time, all that gas is going to go. And of course there's not going to be any gas left because it's 15 million people.
Was it hectic for you?
Well, thank God I wasn't there on one of them
night,
days.
yeah.
But they were telling me that, yeah, like we have 2 entrances. They were both entrances, all backed up and shit. When I had left, I had to take my sister to work. I looked at the motherfucking 7-Elevens was all backed up. Every single gas station. I went the next morning, drove right up to the pump, no problem.
You was good. Yeah, so like
one.
I had to take my mom's car because her car is almost out of gas, and like so I'm going to fill her tank up. So I'm driving right. I go to this Shell. Little dude come up to me. He like, oh, there's no more gas.
Yep.
And I didn't have an accent. I ain't had no accent. Did I have an accent?
Oh,
I did. A little. I say that. Wait, play it back, cause I did not say, "Oh no, there's no more gas." I did not say that. He said that. He said that.
My friend.
He did call me his friend. So I go like I'm looking, and this is white dude, bruh, with like not even gallon canisters. There's about 3 gallons per can, whatever, and it's like 8 of them. He filled his car up, filled all 8 up. I drove over. I started yelling. I'm like, "Hey, you the reason ain't no gas in here!" Like teeing off on him because like, what is you doing? Can't nobody get no gas. And if there really was a problem where this don't want to get fixed now, what is people supposed to do?
Where are y'all going with all this gas? Is my question.
Where the hell are you going?
Where are you going?
I like real life. How long you think this gas gonna last you if times was to get messed up? Because look, think about this. What we gotta evacuate? Where are you gonna go? What is gonna happen? Because if we gotta evacuate, you're gonna be stuck in traffic anyway. How long you gonna hold on to this gas? People gonna still like what is you thinking?
Yeah, literally, Matt told us before all this whole shit went down. He was like, "Y'all better get y'all gas now." And I'm like,
I had
straight.
just
And
filled
then
my
like
tank up
a
the day
couple
before we said
days, like even like after Matt told us, it wasn't shit going on. It was like I was like everything's straight. It might be just a fluke. And then everybody started going crazy. And I didn't have no gas either at that time, so I was like I drove down there like on the little gas that I had. I drove to like to see what like shit was looking like. I was like, "Fuck, I'm not gonna make it." So I'm just gonna go the next morning for real.
Man.
I had something else to say too.
About the gas?
I lived next to a gas station. I was Wellington, like where like the Shell's at. There was no gas. I had to go to the Shell on 66 to get gas, and he was like, "I don't have any more gas. There's not gonna be lots of gas." I'm like, "What the hell?" And then even like Friday, I went to get gas at Wawa by my job. People are still filling up. I was like, I said, the pipeline restored, right? Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
So you're done.
Okay. No. But I'm saying,
They said I'm being just extra safe.
But I'm saying like it's. I mean, I get like some people might not know, like you said, not know how long it'll be.
That's facts.
But just chill out. Like I mean, not chill out, but like use your common sense. Like you know what I mean? Like that shit is dangerous and everything. You can't be riding around with gas in your car. Like you get into an accident, like not trying. God forbid.
Oh, that would be crazy.
You know what I mean? Like it's nothing to play with. That's just dangerous. Like.
I didn't even think about that.
Like,
somebody hit the back of your car, is 20 people dead.
Speaking about somebody hitting the back of your car, motherfucking this one nigga that comes in, he's a fireman. So like he was telling us he was getting calls all day about like incident reports type shit, like niggas running in the back of somebody's car because of the gas and shit. People getting mad. Tells us this big ass truck gets mad at this like person in the smaller car because they're taking too long to fill their gas, like to get up there and pump their gas. Nigga runs into the back of their car, moves their car out the way, gets out his car, and starts pumping his own gas. He told me that he saw that with his own eyes.
People was spazzing, bro, because I remember when I went, this one dude, there's a line set up. I'm already getting my gas. This dude cuts everybody. He's like in this big Yukon type truck, big black Escalade, pulls around, goes the wrong way on the wrong pump anyway, just sitting there. And everybody honking and I'm mad. And I'm like, they about to get the fight night, like, over
that
gas.
nigga deserved to get jumped, for real.
All right, so wrapping up with gas, y'all dumb as hell, so. Yeah, that's the synopsis of that conversation. Y'all goofy as hell. Y'all went dummy. And y'all should be slapped for it. Tweaked out. All right, Biz. Jamal set up something for this podcast. He was the mastermind behind this here. And I'm going to let Jamal go ahead and do his thing. Go ahead. Pass the rock. Hey, no look. No, I will be. But you can hold it.
Yay.
First off, I got a question for the women in the room. I just want to understand you guys, even though it's not my job to.
Okay.
It's not really my job to understand. It kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's kind of your business, women's business.
Right.
Men should stay out of women's business.
Right.
And I respect that, and I never really get in your business. But there's a couple questions that I would like to ask because I am just totally clueless about them, and they don't make sense to me.
Okay.
Okay, so say like I'm with my shorty. I got a shorty, right? She do some fuck shit. I think she do some fuck shit. It kind of annoys me. I'm mad at her.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm not really fucking with you right now. I let her know that I'm mad. And she gets mad at me for getting mad at her.
Okay.
And I'm just like, where's the logic in this? You know, because I have a valid reason to be mad. But now, since I'm mad, you're mad at me.
Right.
And in about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe, if I really want to fix the situation for the time that I have to approach the young lady and resolve whatever the problem is that I didn't start.
Right.
And it's not just one woman it's happened with that I've been with. It's happened with, it's a pattern.
Okay.
And I'm just confused about it.
Okay.
If
Well,
there's a answer you could give me.
I would first like to say, I can go first. Okay. Well, women are not a monolith, so I cannot speak for all women when I speak. Okay, let's start there. So, in your experience with these women, they may be similar to me because I know I've done the same or had experiences with Nasir where I'll do something to him, he'll get upset with me, and then I'm upset he's upset, right? In those instances, I feel like the reason that I get upset with Nasir when he's upset with me, and for a valid reason for like being upset with me, it's probably because I'm like, okay, I don't think what I did was that deep, number one, which is unfair to him. It does invalidate his feelings, I'll be honest. So I'm like, there's no way you're upset about me doing X, Y, and Z. So I'm like annoyed about that because I want to be in a good mood. So that could be one thing. Then the second thing, I know it sounds so bad, but I'm just going to be honest. And then the second thing could really just be like the way that you may have gotten upset with her. Maybe that's what's making her upset.
Yeah.
Not to place blame on you in any way, but like that could be a reason why she would be upset. Like if... No, I'm not saying it's back on him by any means. I'm just saying that could be a reason why she could get upset. Like if the way that you show your anger or show that you're upset with her, that can make her upset too. Not saying it's a valid reason to be upset with you, but it could be a reason why she would be upset. So this is just my assumption. That's something that I would do, but that's because I'm a sensitive person. So,
and I want to say like, okay, about that, the way I would get angry in a situation. Like me, I'm the type of nigga that I'll just be like you doing too much. Like, all right, like, chill. You know what I'm saying? But she may not like that approach, and she may get mad at that approach. But if I were to do something that irked my shorty,
right,
the reaction could be 10 times worse than my little, yo, you doing too much. And I can't get mad because if I get mad, well, first of all, my shorty already mad.
Right.
And then if I get mad, she's just going to get mad that I get mad. So that's like times two.
Right,
that's two problems now. It's just like, I got to fix it. It's like, I can't win. So I just want to like, I just wanted to understand that it's like, it's a lose-lose situation for us majority of the time.
Right, because now you feel like you just have to like keep your feelings in and not show that you're upset.
Yeah, because it's like in past shit, like I felt like I couldn't really express how I feel because I wanted to avoid an argument. Right.
Hold on, I want to hear what Tati think though, like why she think that is.
Oh, okay. So I have experience with this. Okay. So, you know, I feel like sometimes it's about how you go about the situation. That makes sense. Like, it's about how you how you react to it, like your anger and everything. Like for instance, sometimes I'll do something to my boyfriend jokingly, and he's like, "No, I don't want." And I'm like, "Why are you mad? Like, what's wrong with you?
Calm down."
I mean, it's like. No. But it's like the way you go about things. You can't just be like so eager to pop off and so eager to like, you know what I mean? You have to like, I don't know. I feel like communication is definitely a big part in relationships and everything. I feel like I'm still learning that because I don't really like do relationships.
Right.
I really don't, but it's my first one ever in a while. So like I feel like you just gotta like sit down and have a talk. Say, hey, like I got upset because you did this. I don't want you. You know what I mean? You to talk about it. Be like, hey, I got upset that you did this. Like, I really didn't like how you got upset with me for being upset with you, and just sit and talk about it.
Right. I agree with that.
And I feel like sorry. And I feel like girls, we don't expect our boyfriends to get mad at us. Like, you're mad at me? Like, why?
I'd be like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Not me.
No. Yeah, I was like, what?
Little
me?
me, I got you upset.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. So y'all saying for your endpoint, and you was agreeing that
You was agreeing.
that my nigga mad at me. Why that be?
No.
So that's why I'm gonna be tight with him. I'm surprised.
No, it's not.
Because you're never supposed to be mad at me.
That's not what I'm saying. I don't know if that's what Tatiana was saying, but really it's more so like the stuff that in our relationship that like I wouldn't take that serious. I try not to like. It's something that I actively currently still have to work on. Just being like, there's no way that you're upset about that, because
Right.
I know there's instances where like I'm a very sensitive person. I am a
Same.
Cancer, so I get upset about damn near everything. So I wouldn't want Nasir to invalidate my feelings and be like, there's no way you're upset about that because I hate that feeling. So like Nasir is not nearly as sensitive or reactive as I am. So it does like shock me or surprise me when he does get upset about some things that I do. Because I'm like, what? Like, I wouldn't be upset about that, but I'd be upset about 1,000 other things. So
Right.
it's like, it's something that is unfair. So I understand what you're saying, Jamal. It's unfair. That's all.
I think. Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Oh, it's a good one. I think that like wow, where was I going with that? I'm so mad right now. I forgot.
saying about like that's she was saying that was just saying.
No. Okay, so I feel like as women, we mean well. We mean very well. So we don't really think like what we did was like okay. How bad does it sound? Like I could be like say something to my boyfriend. And he's like, yo, why'd you say that? Like, I'm like, I didn't mean it like that.
Right.
Like we do mean well. Like, we're not like just, we're not bitches. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we're not
Some of
women
us-
bitches.
okay.
Like, I take that
Some
back.
of us- some of us can be a little ragged. Not to be a pick me, and then that's not being a pick me.
But I know sometimes like us women, like we like to have fun, we to do stuff, and like sometimes it offends our men. Like, you know what I mean? We don't really mean to like be like that. We're just we mean well. Like we're very genuine.
So it's just something that you not trying to do on purpose. You saying?
Yeah, like I don't mean like sometimes I don't purposely piss my boyfriend off. Like I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue.
I feel you.
It's whack.
What?
That's
Shut
what
that,
I mean.
But I'm sorry, Jamal.
Damn, I just lost it.
Well-
Another thing I want to talk about is that I heard you talk about communication. That's another issue I've approached dealing with women. I'm always the type of nigga that I don't want to argue. I done did the arguing shit way too much in relationships. I don't have the energy for it. So what I'll try to do is, all right, well, let's try to have a talk, try to sit down and talk and like work this shit out. But it often doesn't it ends up being a argument in the end, even though I'm like, yo, like I'll make it clear like up front, like, yo, listen, I don't. Okay, now I remember my part. With me, I think like when I've dealt with like women in past relationships, I think that when we're going through that conversation or argument, whatever you want to call it, I feel like they don't listen to understand me. They just listen to reply to what I'm saying, and that often comes with like shit that shouldn't have been said being said, and maybe you didn't mean it, but how am I supposed to know you didn't mean that?
Right.
When you just said that shit, because you're acting off of just response instead of my feelings. And with me at least, I'm the type of nigga who tries to understand both sides of where we're coming from. I'm like, okay, like if she comes up with a problem to me, I'm gonna try to break down what I did. You know, I'm gonna take accountability. So, like the women that I've dealt with, it's always that they don't take accountability, basically. Okay. And that's really all I want. Because if they were to just say, my bad, I did whatever, said thing, the problem could just be done over with, easy, and it wouldn't be anything extra. So I'm just big on accountability. I just dealt with like women in the past that I think that there are very, very, very few women on that thing. It's just because I've had a lot of bad experiences. So it's just like when women say men are trash. You know what I'm saying? It's not. They're not talking about all men. It's just that the niggas that they've dealt with, and it's a pattern, and that's just the pattern that I've been with, and that's why that for me, like I'm not really like pressed to be in a relationship and shit because I've like dealt with a whole lot of red flags, and it's just that I don't want to deal with that shit. But it's just like it's kind of unrealistic for me because it's like I'm like. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want this. It's like I'm trying to build the perfect girl that doesn't exist, obviously. And so it's just like things I gotta like things I want to try to like get better at. It's not to say like change her.
I'm guilty of that, and I don't do it on purpose. Like there's sometimes my boyfriend he'd be like, oh like, man, what, like how do I put it? Like he like I'll do something, and he'll like. I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm working on it. Like, again, I feel like I'm working on how to be in a relationship and communicate and everything. Take accountability for what I've done. Like, I could do something to him and he'll get upset. And I'm like, why are you acting like that? He said, because you did this. I'm like, but like, I kind of brush it off.
Right.
And I feel like that's not fair to him because he's like, why do you feel like you never do anything? And like, like we both like, I'm not saying like we're both us like, perfect or anything. We both like, we argue sometimes, whatever. It's a relationship. I mean, that's just what it is. I feel like with you, Jamal, I feel like if they don't communicate and don't pursue it, because if someone wants, like, if someone wants to be in a relationship, someone wants to be with you, like, they'll communicate with you, they'll sit down, talk about it and everything. Like, this one saying goes, like, it goes for females too, like, don't let a man show you he doesn't want you more than once. Same as women, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I had to learn. But communication definitely big in a relationship, because sometimes I catch myself like kind of brushing off his feelings, and then I get upset when he does that to me, and it's like,
yeah, because like if we were to do that, it's like, then it becomes, why don't you show your feelings?
Right.
Why don't you open up to me more? And it's because you've only been shutting me down for the last 3 months. I'm like, damn, I'm trying, but it's like there's little things that happen that like makes us niggas shut down because we feel like we're not appreciated the way that we appreciate you guys, because we have to handle you guys with so much care. Right. And you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it would be nice for us to get the same shit, basically.
Well, I just think that what I've learned being in my 4-year relationship with Nasir is that, like, I feel like you do have to have some sense of patience with people. Like, there's not going to be a perfect girl for Jamal. Like, there's not going to be that checks off every box. So I feel like you just have to give people the chance to grow and mature. Like, obviously, that doesn't mean continue to be disrespected. I'm not saying, like, get in a relationship and continue to be disrespected. I wouldn't give that advice to anybody, man or woman. Mm-hmm. But I would say, like, at least give the partners that you're looking for the opportunity to show said change that you're looking for. Like, if she is doing something that you don't immediately like, I wouldn't say toss her in the trash. Like, already, like, I see a red flag, immediately I'm tossing you to the streets. So, like, I would say give that opportunity to show that she is going to try and, like, be a better person. But then also, I don't know, for guys, you said something about accountability.
Okay. Go both ways. I can agree with that. Can go both ways in a major way. I'm just talking about from my experiences.
Okay. What you want to say? Something?
Not important. Y'all can keep going. I was about to say something off topic.
Fucking what else? Oh, go ahead, Tessa.
And I want to comment on, like, you try to say you're trying to find, like, you're not trying to find the perfect girl. Like, there are gonna be, you can find the perfect girls, but you have to learn to but to learn her flaws and everything. Like, there's some things my boyfriend doesn't like, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, like, no, like, in a relationship, like what Maya said, like, she said, don't cut people off because of red flags and everything right away, because, like, people do change and people do grow. Like, maybe she was acting a certain way, like, in the beginning, but she see, like, okay, he's not feeling it, he's not like it, let me try to change my ways to, like, you know what I mean? So I would, like, again, like, for me, like, I hate myself for this. I can let this red flags continue and they build up and get worse and worse and worse. Like, call you crying and stuff plenty of times. Okay. But just sometimes like in a relationship, you're not gonna like that person all the not like them, but like sometimes I'm like, I'm getting my nerves. Stand you, can you go? But like it's not always gonna be peaches and cream, and I had to learn that. Like, cause again, I don't do relationships. Like it's rare that I get into a relationship. Like, all right, I don't like you right now. But then the couple, oh, I love you. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
there's some days you're not gonna like that person. There's some days you're like, it's not all about just rainbows and like sunshine and everything. You're gonna have days that you feel like, okay, like it's gonna be boring sometimes. Those boring stages are gonna pass through. There's some days like there's sometimes me and boyfriend we just ride in the car, we don't talk. Like it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like we just like that. We just like being around each other, just that peace and everything. Like I talk a lot, and so does he. Girl, he talk. But there's some days I'm just like you know what I mean? Like I just really don't.
Just his presence is enough to be around.
I don't really need you to be like all up on me, like this and that. Like just stay there. You know what I mean?
See, like, well, like, yeah, when you're talking about like those dry points and those rough patches, everything is gonna be peaches and cream. Like, believe me, like I've been through that shit. Like the dirt of I've been through the fucking shit with that shit.
The trenches.
Yeah, the trenches. That's what you want to call that shit. So I've been through the shit with that shit, and it's like through like one of my relationships that made me really think about like all this shit about like accountability and shit. I wasn't really thinking about that before I really got hit with like a tough one. Is like fuck, what was it? Damn, I just forgot what I was gonna fucking say.
It's forgettable.
Damn, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say fucking I've been in the trench. Oh, okay, yeah. I've been in the trenches with this shit, right? And it's like with a relationship that made me think about all that was like every time like me and said person would like get ready to go through, like we would be arguing. It's just, oh, maybe I should just leave from her. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like we're just going through some shit right now. This ain't shit. This is really not shit. And I feel like that would happen like regularly, like type shit. And it's like once I dealt with that a whole bunch of times, it's like what the fuck? Like
well,
I'm just gonna think. I'm assuming like that's just gonna happen like with my next whoever it is. So it's just like now like I've set like not high standards, not like with like looks or anything. Of course, I'm gonna want an attractive woman,
right?
But when it comes to things like accountability, just like letting me get my shit off, and you actually decompose it and understand what I'm saying to you, and you can break things down, and we can get this shit out the way. Like that's what I'm mainly looking for into somebody. Like that shit has to be something that's there, or else honestly I can't do it. Like
I genuinely think because most of your relationships were you were younger, like what it sounds like you're looking for is someone who's just mentally more mature, because like that's something that most grown women have, as far as I know. At least the women that I surround myself with are mentally mature. So it sounds like you're dating like when you were younger, in your teens and like earlier 20s. So it's like it sounds like the people and the women you're talking to aren't as mentally mature. And I think one of the like some of the best advice I ever got was like, in the event that you and your partner are in an argument while you're in your relationship and you guys are going through stuff, it's best for both of you to be attempting to figure out what the problem is and attack that problem rather than attack one another. And that's something that I'm actively still working on. I know when I get upset, I just see red and I'm ready to argue and yell. But I feel like if both me and my partner are focusing on what the issue is rather than like trying to hurt one another, which I know Nasir's never trying to do, so it's whatever. But if we're focused on the issue rather than, arguing and trying to get like brownie points and I won, then right, less of a tit for tat and more of like, what was the issue, who did what, let's address that and move on. I feel like that's the best advice that I can give. So for any girls who are watching the pod and like, Jamal's looking good, just know you need to be focused on fixing the issue and not attacking Jamal.
Have your shit straight.
Exactly.
In your mind.
I gotta say something.
I'm done with
I got
my
another
topics,
question,
by the way.
But before I say that, I'm sorry, I got distracted while y'all was talking. No, I was listening. I listened to everything y'all said. I was listening. It wasn't distracted like that. But Roy and Mal dropped their response. together.
Wait, where is that? What fucking app is that? Vine?
Venmo. On Venmo. Yeah.
Oh, you know, Cash App, Venmo,
And guess what it's called?
Mixie Boys.
I'll name this response later.
That is spicy.
It's spicy. I'm gonna go ahead and say this real quick. I have a question as well. So I've been seeing this like on social media. Basically, women of multiple ages, not just like, you know, my peers. I've seen like 30 plus. They were saying they'd rather say, hey, look, I got jokes on the side instead of just cheating on them. Which that's obvious, but would you want a dude to be honest with you? And would you still bag him if he's like, I got jokes on the side, but we can still be?
Hell yeah, I want him to be honest with me. Because I'm going to say there's too many, one, diseases going out here. Like, no. Two, I need to know, like, what it is. Like, I'm not about to sit here and invest all my time and everything into you, knowing that you're out here entertaining 3 or 4 women. Now, will I bag him? Hell no.
Hell no.
No, if I'm looking for, like,
Why not?
if I'm looking for a leg, yeah, what's up? But, like, if I'm, like, looking for an actual relationship, I would not do that. Because to me, it's like, I wouldn't want to see the person I want to be with give themselves to somebody else.
Right.
To me, like, my thing is, like, if you're going to cheat, you might as well just leave. Because I'd rather deal with the hurt of you leaving than finding out, oh, you're texting this girl, you're having sex with this girl. That's whack to me. I'm sorry. You got to keep it 100 with me. Because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Like, if I'm, like, you know what I mean? Like, you just got to communicate. Like, it's just, again, it's dangerous out in these streets. You got to communicate.
I 100,000% agree. Just to, you know, bounce off Tatiana's points, I just feel like I would much rather you, like you said, just go ahead and be honest, because there's women out there that are willing to have open relationships with you. I'm just not one of those women. So if you're interested in being with Maya honesty, then you got to cut everybody else off. And if you don't want to cut those people off, you want to have some kind of open type relationship, then go find a bitch that wants to be in an open relationship, because I'm not her.
Not the one.
Y'all was short and sweet with it.
Yep.
Period.
That's-
It don't get no simpler than that.
To beat around the bush, no.
All right, well, I have a real like jump to get into, but bitch, you got anything you want to say on that? Is you gonna let Shorty talk to other niggas and you be with her?
Hell no.
All right, so look, this is the question I really want to answer. Biz gave y'all yours, but this is more so not so about relationships, but it's about like, I guess, family, right? So I was talking to Biz about this about like 2 months ago. Actually, nah, I think we was talking about this when the Super Bowl was on. Remember we was outside and we was chopping it up about like how we had like grew up, whatever, right? So here's my thought, right? I was wondering, is this like valid kind of? We know that the way the generation before had kind of like brought us up a little bit was a little toxic and wrong, and like some things that was done shouldn't have been done. Right. And we're not like, I'm saying me personally, I'm not gonna pass that on. I understand that. Like, I'm gonna do things completely different. Now, that being said, I'm saying regarding me, let me give an example. Something happens to me. Let's say I get hurt, right? I get hit by somebody, boom, boom. I'm crying. My dad go like, why you being soft? Why you being like that? Like, stop being soft. Right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he's like, stop being soft. In that moment, like, I realized I don't remember my initial reaction then, right? But next time that happened to me, it's not gonna feel the same way. Next time I get stuck, I'm gonna be like, that's not gonna affect me the same. So what
Football practice.
So what I'm saying is, in a way, that made you like mentally, which helps you physically, tougher. Okay. So in the negative of not showing the love or being like that third, there kind of was, I guess, a positive in that. And how y'all feel?
Don't get me in trouble.
Please let me speak. What you were taught as a child was not anything positive. All you were taught as a child was how to suppress your emotions. And there was nothing positive that came out of it. If what your father wanted you to do was not cry after being hit or hurt, there's other ways to teach you other than yelling at you or reacting negatively to you crying or questioning why you're crying. Like, crying is a human emotion that every
this happens
human
to all
should,
little boys, actually.
right? And that's a problem. And that's an exact reason why we have such toxic, angry men who are unable to express their emotions properly. If at a young age you're not taught boys don't cry, boys only wear blue, boys play with dinosaurs, there's so many societal pressures on men. And if we as a society really dissect the patriarchy and see how the main people that are harmed by it are also men. Men get harmed by the patriarchy so much, and they complain about a lot of things that are pressured on them by society. But if you think about it, who's pressuring you to do these things? Who's pressuring you to suppress your emotion? While there are women, I will grant you guys this, there are a lot of women that also play into the patriarchy and tell their sons not to cry and tell their sons not to be sissies and tell their grown relationship partners that they shouldn't be crying. That doesn't mean that it's right. There should still be, we as a society need to dissect why men are not able to express their emotions properly.
Before we go on any further, I want to clarify. I stated that by saying I know that's not the case. So that's not what I'm referring to. I'm saying mentally and physically for me. Let's say I get, like, I didn't even go in detail. And there was times I did get yelled at for what's called, or got called like soft or yelled at. But every time I wasn't yelled at, it was just like, it would be a negative reaction or whatever, right? Let's say I'm outside, dude stick me in my chest. I'm 5'6", whatever. I'm hurt. My dad probably gonna try to handle that, do a little straightening. And, and with dude, but at the same time with me, he be like, stop crying, handle yours. Next time I go out there, I'm like, I gotta handle mine. So I go out there, stuck in my chest. I'm like, now I'm tougher. I'm like, I'm not going for that. Like, I'm gonna do me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying to the point where like, oh, I shouldn't be crying, which I don't feel comfortable crying at all, but that's not what I'm about to get into. But I know next time dude try me like that, I know how I'm supposed to handle that. That's what I'm saying. The positive to that is.
That's not a
I think that it all stems from it.
No, it's not about being soft, but I'm not going to go.
It all stems from who's saying that to you. That's your dad saying that to you, right? As the little black boy, you look up to your dad. You think your dad's like the greatest dude on earth. Like you want to be just like your dad. If your dad is saying, "Get your ass up," you're all right, in that stern dad voice, you gonna get your ass up and you gonna be all right. Like, okay, maybe I'm over exaggerating that at this moment, because like that's like when football practice one time we had a scrimmage. I get the ball, I'm running, I'm going dummy, I'm going crazy. A nigga stick my shit, knocks all wind out of me. I'm like, I can't breathe, I can't, crying, all that shit. My dad look over me, get up right now, you all right? He said, calm down and breathe. I stopped like fucking wheezing and shit, crying so fast. It's just because I think it's coming from my dad. So it's just like, damn, all right, let me chill.
What I think, and both examples that you guys just gave, is not that you guys are being taught properly how to get over whatever circumstances that you guys are going over. For example, with Jamal, he was crying because he was physically injured. He didn't feel physically well. I think it was the same with the example that you gave. So what your fathers are teaching you when they're yelling at you or being upset with how you're reacting is fear. Because if I cry the next time I get hurt, or I show that I'm upset the next time I get hurt, my dad's going to yell at me. Even though I want to cry and I feel bad, my dad's going to yell at me the next time I do so. So instead of me doing that, I'm going to avoid reacting like a human being would, as a 6-year-old child would, as however old you were, child would, to avoid my father yelling at me, because that's going to scare me. I'm not going to act that way. So now you as adult men don't know how to properly react when you're upset, because you're still conditioned by society to say boys don't cry, so that means men don't know how to properly express their emotions. That's what it trickles down to. Boys don't cry, boys don't do this, boys don't show this emotion, boys don't show that emotion. So we have adult men who only know how to express anger.
Period.
Oh, you on that?
Oh yeah, period. Based on what she said, working with kids and everything. Ooh, sorry. Again, I work with kids and everything, so I mean, I'm the person that, like, again, like what Maya was saying, like, you're 6 years old. You don't, your mind is still innocent. Like, you don't know, like, I feel like a lot of people, especially parents, put this, how can I, like, they literally, like, the society just thinks that men are the toughest out there. Like, they don't, like, they don't cry, they don't do none of that. And, like, it's all fear. because some kids that I work with and everything, like when they get hurt, they don't cry. Oh, my dad's gonna yell at me. My dad's gonna yell at me.
Wait, they'll say that to you?
Yeah, someone said it to me, and I'm like, you're 3, you're 4, like you know what I mean? Why would I'm like for instance, this little boy got hurt, he's crying. I'm like, oh, it's fine, okay. But I'll say, hey, you know, he fell, he was crying, I was comforting him. Oh, don't worry about it, he's fine. He needs to toughen up. And I'm like, he's 4 years old. He's crying because he's hurt. Obviously, there's something wrong, and I'm like, I'm not gonna just like to me, like, I don't know. Growing up, like, my dad had all girls, so like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he was just like, he wasn't rough with us, but he was like, stop crying, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. And I feel like, as a man, like, for him to do that, it's like that's what he was taught growing up. Like, my grandfather's like, stop, you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, this and that. But it's like, it's okay to cry, it's okay to show your emotions. Like, you're a human. That's your human, like, nature. You can cry, like, it's okay. Like, my boys that I used to talk to, like my boyfriend, like, I don't want to cry. I'm like, it's fine. Like, I'm not gonna think you're like weak or anything. You're not weak because you're upset about something because you feel some type of way. It's not a weakness. It's an emotion. I hate when men act like, oh, I can't cry because I'm a man. No, nigga, you can cry. It's okay. I promise you. I'm not gonna judge you.
Okay, so I agree with all what y'all are saying. That's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is, let me ask this first. Number one, if we had the same, like, not same type mentality, but same effect, like your son gets, let's say some other dude punch your son in the chest, your son crying. You like, all right, it's okay to cry, whatever, but next time, do this. That's not a negative to y'all, real quick, yes or no?
No, I don't think that's a negative.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm saying is, that's the positive that came out of that. Obviously, the point to the fact, like, oh, I said that off rip, like, if you don't feel comfortable crying, that, like, everybody should feel comfortable doing that or whatever, right? But what I'm saying is the positive is the next time you know that if I do get cracked on the football field, I got to be able to get back up because this is the sport I'm signing up for, number one. If I do get punched in my chest by a dude, I got to go still off on him. I got to handle mine. So what I'm saying is, for me, the only negatives I see from that besides the obvious is that when I was a kid, I used to want to prove to my dad I was tough, low-key. So I would do little things like I remember one time we went to go see my cousin play at St. John. This other little kid was there. I smacked the kid upside the head because my dad was watching us. Okay, sure. And then he got mad at me. But I was like, I remember how I was so confused. I was so confused because I was like, I thought my dad would be proud of me. like I was like bullying the kid all night, and then I smacked upside the head, and he's like, "Why would you do that?" Blah blah blah. That probably like the only negative I see from that. But
I think is that there is that positive that comes out of a situation like mine was when my dad's like, "You're fine, get up." Is that in that situation I really was overreacting. I was wheezing like I couldn't breathe for real, and like I was gonna die. And he's like, "Yo, relax, breathe." So the next time I got the wind knocked out of me, I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as I think it is right now. So I'm just gonna relax and breathe. And so I think that's what comes. I think it's a combination of both. It's a combination of fear, maybe, yes, and also that point of realization that maybe it's not as severe as what you think it is.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
But I think the issue that I have with the reactions that your fathers gave you is that while you could have an immediate kind of like result of, you know, okay, the next time this happens, he's not going to react that way because I've yelled at him. I'm your father's at this point. But it's like I've instilled this fear.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought too.
You're my sons at this point. So while you can get that immediate result, I think me as a non-parent, but a future parent, I hope, the negative result to that would be the long-term results of making your children suppress your emotions. And I feel like women, again, because of society, are allowed to express their emotions when they're children. They're allowed to cry. They're allowed to be overly excited. They're allowed to show all of those emotions. So, like, that's why it's a little bit easier when women are adults, or when we're women, we're allowed to, like, we know how to show most of our emotions. Now, this isn't a general statement across the board. I know there's plenty of women that don't know how to.
They ain't changed nothing like that for me to the max. Like,
yes, it did. And I ain't even finna put you on blast, but it did.
But it didn't. What I'm saying is, at the end, here's my end point. At the end of the day, there's negatives and there's positives. Off the rip, I said what the negatives were, but the positive outcomes from it, obviously, you can go about it. You can get that same positive effect by going about it another way, but there still was a positive from it. which is like Biz said, it helps you kind of overcome that. You realize whatever happened, like I'm like at the time, like first time I get stuck in the chest, like, oh, I don't know, dude, this ain't never happened to me. Like, how do I handle this?
Yeah, when you get punched in your chest by your dad that first time.
No, that was different.
Yeah, but then when you get it that second time, you know the deal. Like, okay, this is how I feel.
Yeah. But I'm saying more so like, let's say I made up that like scenario. But I'm thinking like there's one time where like these kids was older than me in my like old neighborhood when I was a kid, and they had pushed me down because they was bigger than me. At that time, I ain't really know how to handle it. I just had like left. But I was like a little kid. My dad's telling me like do this and third, but then he kind of like teed up with me a little bit, and he went like straighten them out, whatever. So next time that happens to me, I know how I'm gonna handle that. I don't even gotta talk to my dad. I'm gonna let you know like what it is. Or I'm gonna punch you or whatever. So what I'm saying is, whatever way it is, like you said, you got cracked. You realize, oh, I'm kind of gassed for air, but I didn't really need to do all that. It's fear, as we said, but to that aspect of it, it's also helps you overcome that hump.
And to take it even
I've already
further.
said that.
Oh,
Like,
go ahead.
we can acknowledge that you can have that immediate positive response. You can have that immediate positive response of like, okay, I'm not going to react this way that I did before because of the fear that was instilled in me from my father. But I'm talking about the long-term effects that suppressing your emotions as children has on men. It's not working out for a lot of men to be told multiple times as a child, suck it up, cry, toughen up, do this. You're not supposed to be crying, be a man, be a boy. Like it's unhealthy. And then you have these men that don't know how to cry, don't know how to show, and they're upset about anything. And the only emotion that they do show when they're upset is anger. And you're lashing out on people, you cuss people out, you're yelling, you fighting. What is this? We're adults now. We're not hearing our fathers cussing in our ears anymore because we cried when we were younger. So, but because you did when you were a child, you don't know how to process being upset. You don't know how to process being angry.
Yes, I do.
But to take it a step,
No, you don't.
but to take it a step even further is that since like we're taught to be tough and be a man, and it's so we grow up on that, and once we become a man, we feel that that's what a woman is looking for in us,
Right.
to be that man, to toughen up. Oh, I'm gonna get my boyfriend on you. Oh, I'm gonna do this and that. So I feel like it's just a society thing that really fucks us up, but it really isn't our fault because it's what we're taught instead of the opposite thing. So
Okay, what I'm saying is at the end of the day, this personally for me, I can't speak for nobody else. I know how to handle myself if I get angry.
well, yeah, because we
There's a
learn over
point-
time. We grow and learn. Of course, we're gonna learn.
Yeah, but
some niggas don't.
Yeah. I'm saying personally for me, when I get angry, I'm not the type person I'm instantly like I can contain my anger.
Me too.
Obviously there's times when like, all right, I'll tweak out, whatever. But that's not a normal you like last part, what you say, we've been cool since like what, 5th grade? Is that me?
No,
No.
not
Like,
at all.
If I get mad, like it takes something like it
Really,
you was
intense.
foul. If I get tight like that, you was foul. There's no way I'm foul. I don't care. But listen, I can control myself and shit like that. Like that's whatever. But when I guess, because you was talking about anger. I'm not talking about
I'm
sadness.
talking about anger and sadness. I said a lot of emotions, girl.
I'm going to say personally for me, I don't really need to cry. I don't really need to.
Well, that's something
I don't even want to
that's
hear what you got to say.
built in. That's something that got instilled from you.
With that,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're not saying you disagree. We're just saying we're just
what-
putting it like just connecting the dots type
Right.
shit.
Everything is a cause and effect, okay?
Yeah.
So the effect of Nasir's father yelling at him when he was a child crying is now adult Nasir does not know how to cry when he wants to. And there are times when you want to. Are there times when
Hold up, bro. We about to cut this pod short, man. Thank y'all for coming out with another discussion. Episode 17. Make sure y'all tune in next week, man. We gonna go ahead and cut this pod. Cause people capping, man. I don't be doing no crying.
No, I'm not saying.
Wait.
You gotta listen. I'm not saying that you're crying.
No,
I'm
I
saying
didn't think
that
she said you're crying.
Yeah, I'm saying there's instances where you want to. There's instances where you want to cry and you don't, and you suppress your tears and you hold them in. And in the back of your head, I'm sure you're hearing your father yelling in your ear. Do not know.
So you was doing a lot of lying. If I
No,
do,
she didn't say that you be crying. She said you may want to cry. Oh, but
she's saying that my dad in the back of my head. No. She's saying my dad's in the back of my head. No, so you better not do that. Like, no. I don't want to cry. I'm like, that's on me. That's on me.
do not know how to properly
I'll cry. I don't give a
express
fuck.
the sadness. Girl, you don't know how to properly express the sadness that you're experiencing. Don't know how to cry because as a child, you were told multiple times that boys don't cry. And that's a lie.
Listen. All right, but
Damn.
thank you, Tatiana and Maya, for coming out. Tati also has a YouTube channel. What is it called?
It's called T. Lachey.
T.
T.
Con-
L. Hold on.
I'll put it in the
T-L-
description.
Okay.
I'll put it up here.
Okay. T.
If you don't know how to
Lachey.
spell it.
No, it is.
yeah. She, my stuff is.
She got close for the night for this one, y'all.
It's T. Lachey. It's TLASHAY. I have one video up. I'm gonna be posting more. Who's this? Sorry. I'm gonna be posting more.
Yes, sir.
I have a trip coming up, a Miami trip, so it's gonna be vlogging. I'm also coming out with a clothing line. It's dropping July.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what the date yet, but it's dropping July. So yeah.
Wait. Dang, I also had the drop ready if I knew you was gonna say that. I'll put the claps over us.
So it'll be
All
like
right.
4,000 claps.
Yeah. You got anything you want to announce? Anything you got going?
Nope.
You? Anything else? Music dropping?
I just want to say before the pod started, Maya was trying to copy everybody's swag when we was.
Be right.
She did like 3 fit changes.
I needed to.
First, she
Again-
came out with the same shirt.
I
And we said, "Stop it."
I on already. And then I
She's a big group. All right, listen. Number discussion episode 17. Again, make sure y'all send this, share it, like, subscribe, Spotify, Patreon, all that good stuff. Apple Podcast dropping every Saturday, 8:30 a.m. Show love to us. All right, we out.
Gang.